We do not have time. Stand back.
No offense, sister, but I believe you were the last person she would like to see.
その主人公は公爵夫人のダフネ、そして彼女の家族であるブリジャートン家です。
I told everyone this would happen. Now we're to be late for the Queen.
彼らが待っていた人物は
If one of you utters a single word.
ブリジャートン家の次女エロイーズ。
I found a small smile worked best to appear open and approachable, but now let us see it.
No.
エロイーズはこの重苦しい雰囲気が嫌でしたが、
All the feathers affected my senses. Anything, Mama, to get me out of doing this.
無理やり社交界デビューをさせられることになりました。
The Dowager Viscountess Bridgerton and Miss Eloise Bridgerton.
Smile.
ところがその時、
I've seen enough.
But Your Majesty, there's still...
I have seen enough.
Eloise.
彼女を救ったのはレディ・ホイッスルダウン。
Dearest, gentle reader, I was sharpening my knives.
王室や貴族についてのゴシップ記事を掲載する彼女の正体は
For all of you.
フェザリントン家の末っ子ペネロペです。
Penelope, how many times must I warn you to be wary of that window?
My apologies.
彼女は正体を隠しながら情報を売りお金を稼いでいました。
What my mistress wants, she gets, not a penny more. Then my mistress thanks you for your services.
王妃は彼女の正体を明らかにしたくモヤモヤしますが、
You do know what that would make her then? One of us.
ペネロペはダイヤとなる令状に注目するよう王妃を挑発します。
There is, of course, another unknown identity at present. I speak of the season's diamond, wherever she may be. Your move, Your Majesty.
一方、結婚を決めたブリジャートン家の長男アンソニー。
Hastings did it after all. How hard can it be?
Spoke with such feeling too.
彼は社交シーズンを迎え花嫁候補を探すことにします。
Father's betrothal ring.
Did someone catch your eye at the presentation, brother?
I've already compiled an index of the season's eligible misses and have arranged interviews.
Interviews.
愛を重視する母とは異なり、条件を重視するアンソニー。
Dearest, I shall be more than happy to give you my ring when you find someone with whom you are very much in love.
I assure you all, everything is in order.
ふさわしい相手を探し出すため、多くの女性とデートをします。
The harp is a wonderful instrument, my lord.
Do you read?
Books?
And what number do you have in mind?
Children? 4.
I'm fluent in French, Italian, Latin.
And your Greek? What if, say, one of your daughters had a penchant for overspending? How would you deal with that?
しかし、花嫁候補を探すのはそう簡単ではなく、
Apologies, my lord.
ストレスが極限に達しますが、やるべき仕事はまだ残っていました。
What are those? Accounts requiring your signature, my lord.
そうしたある日、朝早く散歩に出たアンソニーの前に現れた一人の女性。
Miss, are you in trouble?
急いでいるように見えます。速いスピードで逃げていた女性は
Whoa there!
軽やかに彼の先を走ります。しかし
Enjoying your victory lap?
女性についてきたアンソニー。
Then you were lost.
I am not lost either. I'm on my way back to Mayfair. It is just ahead. Perhaps we pretend this encounter never took place? You allow me to go my way and you go yours.
You worry about being seen. Your secret is safe with me. I shall not tell a soul.
How grateful I am.
We've not yet been introduced.
I'm afraid that is not possible. Not when I have a victory lap to enjoy.
結局彼女の名前すら聞けませんでした。
Though I was expecting another.
彼女はまさに
Apologies.
There you are, dearest. I do hope I did not keep you waiting long.
シャルマ家の長女ケイト。
Mama tells us you host the first ball of every season, Lady Danbury.
腹違いの妹エドウィーナの結婚相手を探しに一緒にロンドンへとやってきました。
It will make for a most spectacular entrance to society indeed. Yes, I have appropriated a conservatory for this year's festivities. The age of the elder miss may raise concern.
I assure you, I'm not here to find a husband for myself, only for my sister.
家族思いで妹のことを誇りに思っているケイト。
Who indeed stands quite tall and smiles rather exquisitely. And as for her dancing, well, it is quite remarkable if I do say so myself.
ところが自分の結婚については関心のないように見えます。
Kate feels quite passionately
about her sister's prospects this season.
そして
Her Majesty is most discerning, you understand.
王妃の話が出ると母親は不安そうな表情になります。
So Her Majesty will be in attendance then?
母レディ・メアリーをめぐるスキャンダルのせいでした。
The gossip she endured after marrying up had to have been unbearable.
This place may feel different, but it will never change the way you and I see each other.
妹を心から大切にしているケイトは誰よりもいい相手に出会えるよう願います。
All you have to do this evening is remember what it is you're looking for. He will speak in a manner that only your heart can hear. That is the true love you deserve.
その日の夜、姉妹をサポートするレディ・ダンベリーは自身が主催するパーティーでシャルマ家の紹介をします。
Your Majesty, may I present Lady Mary Sharma, whom you must remember?
しかし
If only you had extended the courtesy of offering your queen a final farewell before you left.
冷ややかな反応を見せる王妃。
Oh, I do relish a challenge.
自分で選んだダイヤモンドがスキャンダルを起こし駆け落ちしてしまったからです。
Lady Mary was the incomparable of our season, till she fell in love with and married some kind of clerk, I hear. But the man was no more than a common worker who already had a child. That must be her, the older one.
こうしてパーティーが続く中、会場に入るアンソニー。
Truly is a sparse crop.
Oh, I'm sure there is someone here who will charm you.
ところが
This is the season the Viscount intends to find a wife.
母の言葉に女性たちが集まり、
I know that gentleman.
その様子をケイトが目にします。
I do not believe I've yet made an introduction.
It must be my mistake.
He is very handsome.
Yes. I suppose he is.
Viscount Bridgerton is wealthy, well-connected, and from one of the town's most illustrious families.
ところが彼をずっと見守っていたケイトが思いがけない話を聞いてしまいます。
Simply pick the least objectionable and get her wed, bed and bread.
Do not tell us you were hoping for a love match.
Love is the last thing I desire. Genteel manners enough to credit a Viscountess. It should not be so hard to find. But if my children are to be of good stock, then their mother must be of impeccable quality.
傲慢なアンソニーに失望したケイト。
Someone there?
彼を無視しようとしますが、
You.
Pardon me, my lord.
我慢できず怒りをぶつけてしまいます。
You were eavesdropping.
It was hardly an effort. Whatever makes you think she will accept your suit?
None of that was meant for
Viscount Bridgerton, yes. Your character is as deficient as your horsemanship. I shall bid you good night.
とうとうパーティー会場を離れるケイト。
Lady Danbury, we wish to leave.
Miss Sharma, allow me to introduce...
What is clear is we are woefully unprepared to navigate this lion's den.
We are most grateful.
その日の午後、彼女はさらに徹底して求婚者たちを監視します。
The younger one would do if the eldest just got out of the way.
The sister is dreadful.
その日の夜、
Your tea grows cold?
見かねたダンベリーはケイトを追及します。
It seems you have not been straightforward with me.
We have come to find Edwina a husband.
And is that all? And what about failing to tell me why you have truly come to London with your sister? Very few attempt to outwit me. And even fewer succeed.
実はケイトには隠していた秘密がありました。
Edwina must marry an Englishman of nobility.
So they mean to interfere with your sisters.
The Sheffields have agreed to bestow a sizable dowry on my sister and to look after my mama.
妹エドウィーナの結婚を条件に莫大な持参金と援助の約束を受けたのです。
And what about you?
But I am not my mama's daughter by birth. Edwina is.
ダンベリーは真実を打ち明けるべきだと言いますが、
Your sister has a right to know.
頑なに拒むケイト。
If she was made aware of the circumstances, she would marry quickly only to please us. Please, you must not tell her so.
翌日、ついにダイヤモンドを選ぶため王妃のパーティーが開かれます。
Lady Bridgerton, Miss Bridgerton.
昨年ダイヤモンドに選ばれた姉ダフネと比較されてしまうエロイーズ。
After your elder sister's triumph, perhaps good fortune might run in the family.
Though I must admit I'm more of an emerald person myself.
ところが
My favorite necklace is one of emeralds. How thoughtful of you to know that.
王妃に気に入られてしまったエロイーズはパニックになり、
Pen.
信頼できる友人はペネロペだけでした。
Perhaps now you might stop spending time with insipid wallflowers all evening. I may have no.
I would rather die.
パーティー会場を抜け出した2人は本音を打ち明けます。
It's not that bad, you know. Wallflower thing. The wall even affords me the chance to hear what the footmen say in secret. I can always tell when a suitor is serious about courtship just by how he looks when a young lady dances with another.
You like all of this?
エロイーズは自分の実力を認めてもらいたいと思っていましたが、
I can feel people's eyes on me. Every time I walk into a ballroom, I know they are comparing me to Daphne. I do not want to live up to that, but it does not make it any easier to know you are constantly disappointing people just by walking into a room.
失望感を感じている様子のエロイーズ。
No one truly notices me. I suppose that is what I like. Freeze you.
Do you think that is why Whistledown remains anonymous?
一方、ダンベリーはさらに積極的にエドウィーナを勧めます。
I might think Lady Mary deserves some recognition, ma'am. The youngest one in particular, I think, will certainly make a match that will be the envy of the town. You said you wanted to shake up the season. Now's your chance.
そしてついに
Allow it to now be my honor to present to you the season's diamond.
ダイヤモンドが呼ばれる瞬間、
Miss Edwina Sharma.
エドウィーナが選ばれました。
You look at her the way I look at a finished painting, brother.
彼女を見つめていたアンソニーはすぐにエドウィーナの元へと向かいます。
Have you yet met my new incomparable?
I only hope I shall be afforded the pleasure of a dance.
他とは違う特別さを感じるエドウィーナに興味を持ち始めるアンソニー。
Do you play any musical instruments by chance?
But for the most part, my education was taken up by more serious pursuits. I do love to read modern languages, classical literature.
妙な親近感まで感じます。
Is your father in attendance? I should like to speak with him.
Sadly, my father died years ago.
As did mine.
ところが、
I see you've met Miss Edwina. This is,
Her sister.
彼女の姉は予想外の人物だったのです。
Would you join me in the retiring room, sister?
Something wrong, Didi?
You are not to go near that man, do you understand?
しかし、
She is who I shall marry.
アンソニーに諦める気持ちはありません。
She is a lovely diamond, dearest.
Indeed.
一方、
Mr. and Mrs. Finch. Lady Featherington.
昨年父が亡くなったフェザリントン家、彼らはお金の問題で苦しんでいました。
Have all the staff truly departed, Mama?
well, I am quite good at boiling the veg.
しかし、新たな後継者は彼女たちのことなど気にもしていませんでした。
And the new Lord Featherington is off somewhere, delighting in our misfortune, because the man is as cruel as can be. I hear he cast his only son out to the Americas for daring to question his word.
You shall prevent me from marrying?
Of course not.
There is nary a penny for new dresses or staff. There is certainly none for her dowry.
The man may be an old bitter curmudgeon, but he is a gentleman, and he will keep a gentleman's agreement.
そしてその日の夜、
What is all this?
ついに新しいフェザリントン男爵が到着します。
I'm terribly sorry for my late arrival. I made the trip from America.
彼はアメリカにいた一人息子、ジャック・フェザリントン。
But don't worry, I've already started taking care of things. Your dowry to that fine Finch fellow is paid.
父の死で相続者になったジャックはすぐに溜まっていたことを整理し、仕事を処理していきます。
You had my possessions moved.
Well, I should be taking over those rooms, now that the home is mine.
翌日、
It is about time I used these pages of record for something else.
エロイーズの言葉に刺激を受けたペネロペはダイヤを選ぶ伝統を批判します。
Should a woman not be valued for so much more than her dancing skills or her comportment? Should we not value a woman instead for her candor, her character, her true accomplishments?
これによって王妃の心にも火がついてしまいます。
Edwina Sharma, my diamond. It seems she will need to do more for me this season than simply sparkle.
そしてエドウィーナがダイヤモンドに選ばれてからケイトはますます気難しくなりました。
Any suitor wishing to gain an audience with Miss Edwina Sharma must first tame the rather prickly spinster of a beast, otherwise known as her sister.
そんな彼女が最も警戒しているのは結婚をビジネスだと考えているアンソニー。
I see you've left off Lord Bridgerton.
He stated rather clearly that he seeks a wife only to fulfill his duty and in fact does not believe in love at all.
Most marriages of the ton are in fact mere matters of business.
それが現実だとしてもアンソニーだけは許すことができません。
I wish to escort Miss Edwina to the races this afternoon.
My sister already has an escort this afternoon.
さらにアンソニーは悪い噂もあり、
But also in addition to everything I have now read of you, your dubious and libertine reputation goes before you.
こうしてケイトはそのままアンソニーを帰らせます。しかしそう簡単に諦めないアンソニー。
Family, I should like you all to ready yourselves for the races today.
彼は家族を率いて競馬場に向かいます。
It is a marvel you love literature as much as I do. Do you enjoy Byron?
エドウィーナは姉が勧めてくれた花婿候補ラムレイと時間を過ごします。
How fortunate to have found such a well-versed teacher in Lord Lumley.
ところが
Lady Danbury, I would be so honoured if you could facilitate a proper introduction.
一人の男が姉妹に近づいてきます。
Mr. Thomas Dorset, allow me to introduce Miss Sharma and Miss Edwina Sharma.
I'm afraid my sister already has an escort for today.
Though I was hoping to speak with you.
慣れた様子で男を遮るケイトですが、そんな彼女と話がしたいと望むドーセット。
We should find our seats.
Allow me to join you.
ケイトはアンソニーを無視し、ドーセットと共に行動することにします。
Edwina, you yet spoken to Lord Lumley of his interest?
しかし、
Lord Bridgerton.
ついに姉妹のもとにやってきたアンソニー。
Speaking of refreshments, I could not help but notice the ladies.
Miss Edwina, allow me to fetch a lemonade for you.
うまく邪魔者を追い出し、エドウィーナの隣の席を奪います。
Which one is your pick, my lord?
Nectar.
Nectar, really?
Yes.
お互い気に入らない2人は再び言い争いを始めてしまいます。
Well bred, highly trained.
You simply chose the horse everyone else has chosen, quite a feeling.
I made a strategic bet.
But that was a firmer course. The weather was much cooler, thus his size was an advantage. High flyer, a much swifter, lighter, cooler horse, the victory.
競技が始まり、夢中になり応援をする2人。結果、ケイトが勝利します。
Beating you feels the same as any other win, but somehow smells.
勝利の喜びもつかの間、親しげな2人を見て不愉快な気持ちになります。
The Viscount does not like to lose. He's never stomached it, even back at Oxford.
さらに、ドーセットとアンソニーが友人だということを知ります。
Kate, it is dreadful. They are saying Nectar is to be sent to the knacker's yard.
We are leaving.
What has happened?
It seems a second game was afoot today, and Lord Bridgerton made certain I play the fool.
ケイトはアンソニーの嘘にうんざりし、エドウィーナを連れてその場を離れます。
I meant no harm. I only wish to spend time with you.
一方、競馬場で何かを発見したエロイーズ。
New methods for tidying dogs, apparently.
ただのパンフレットのように見えますが、驚くべき秘密が隠れていたのです。
I believe I've made a discovery. Whistledown's new printer. The paper stock is the same texture as that of Whistledown. The rain, the way the light seeps through when you hold it to the sky. Look.
困惑したペネロペはどうにかしてこのピンチを乗り切ろうとしますが。
You seem passionate, but Elle, it is likely coincidence.
Most likely. I suppose you're right.
エロイーズは疑いを抱きます。翌朝、直接印刷所を訪れるエロイーズ。そこで会った一人の青年。
We know this is where Lady Whistledown prints her paper.
We do?
Why did you think we were here? What are those papers?
Nothing for the likes of you. Perhaps you might get your trivial gossip from somewhere else.
青年はエロイーズを警戒しますが、エロイーズも退きません。
Your assumptions are not the least bit surprising. After all, a woman is allowed to have but two interests. Marriage or spewing slander about her peers, apparently. It would certainly never occur to you that I'm in fact hoping to find the writer so that we may discuss much more intellective matters. The rights of woman.
彼女の言葉を聞いた青年は一枚のパンフレットを渡し、
This is not...
If women's rights are what you're after, then perhaps that is what you need to be reading.
悠々とその場を離れます。その日の朝、フェザリントン家では次女の結婚式が開かれます。
And to think we are all one family now, Lady Featherington.
Where is the new Lord Featherington?
しかし、男爵であるジャックは全く姿を見せませんでした。
I would have been in attendance, my lady, but seeing how you wish to keep the guest list small, I apparently needed less skill to dig my American mines than I do to understand my late cousin's bookkeeping.
お金の問題が心配なフェザリントン夫人はジャックと協力することを望みます。
It may serve you well to involve me in your plans, my lord.
しかし、
Why I plan on finding that someone sooner rather than later.
彼女との間に壁を作るジャックは結婚をし、妻の力を借りようとします。
How will be the last thing we see after he installs some beef-witted chitin and ousts me out of my very own home?
新しい夫人が来てしまったら、彼女の行き場はなくなってしまうかもしれません。
The new Lord Featherington is certainly a man of...
案の定、カウパー家のクレシダを気に入った様子のジャック。
Courtesy of the new Lord Featherington, I hear.
I do wonder what it means.
It cannot mean much.
どうにかして2人の間を離さなければなりません。一方、王妃からの招待を受け宮殿にやってきた姉妹。
This way.
There is much to see. Striped horses from Africa, in fact. They are called zebras.
It is the most spectacular menagerie, Your Majesty.
実は王妃が彼女たちを招待した理由は他にありました。
They will contrive shameless falsehoods. Rumor can oftentimes be a great hardship to have so many eyes upon you at all times. Though you must know, there will be many people trying to break it apart for their own ends.
Danbury has been a steadfast guide for us this season, and my sister has me watching her as well.
When those persons inevitably reveal themselves and their rather sly intentions, I simply ask that you tell me who they are.
王妃はエドウィーナに近寄ってくる者の中からホイッスルダウンの正体を突き止めようとしたのです。
To unmask Lady Whistledown with the help of your diamond, the writer will assuredly seek access to her, and when she does, Her Majesty will be waiting.
Oh, Lady Danbury, don't appear scandalized. You may wish to spoil your own fun, Lady Danbury, but you shall not ruin mine.
その日の午後、
They were called zebras, I believe.
So it was a pleasant visit then?
ダンベリーは王妃の手助けをするためパーティーを開くことにします。
I was thinking, a soiree this evening.
So long as we are judicious with our guest list, pardon me.
当然そのパーティーに招待されなかったアンソニー。
I was unaware there was a ball this evening.
Did you not receive your invitation this afternoon from the Danbury footman?
ケイトが彼をリストから外したからです。
And Miss Sharma likes to accuse me of playing games.
Can you blame her?
What?
アンソニーは納得いかない様子ですが、母の考えは違います。
She is looking out for her sister. She hopes to find her a love match, and with you, apparently so forthright in your disdain for such a thing.
その日の夜、ダンベリー家。求婚者たちは張り合うように特技を披露します。
Lady Danbury encouraged a poetry reading. The men, thanks to their spirit in competition, concocted the rest of this farce on their own.
Of course they did.
ラムレイの詩の朗読を最後にパーティーを終えようとした瞬間、
Lord Bridgerton, I did not expect you.
No, I seem to have fallen off the guest list.
アンソニーがやってきます。
We were just bringing the evening to a
Surely Miss
conclusion,
Edwina
it
has time
seems.
for one more. Would everyone like to hear it?
Most definitely.
I spent all evening crafting something, an original.
書いてきた詩を読むアンソニー。
Truly to admire a woman, that you would willingly take on any pain, any burden for her, to look at her and feel inspiration.
ところが、
To all.
突然詩を読むのをやめてしまいます。
I cannot claim these words as my own. They're someone else's entirely.
実はそれは弟のベネディクトが書いた詩だったのです。
Is the art of revealing precious truth.
You should apply yourself more often, Benedict.
しかし、
Not a man of poetry. Miss Edwina, I could stand here and pretend to be someone I am not. I could pretend to want the very same things as you, but I would be lying. But I assure you that when it comes to action and duty, I shall never be found lacking.
続くアンソニーの正直な告白に大きく感動するエドウィーナ。結局、ケイトの望みとは異なり、エドウィーナはアンソニーに惹かれることになります。
Did you hear that, Bon? He cannot give you the love you deserve.
Does that make him a bad man or an honest one?
腹が立ったケイトはその場を離れてしまいます。一方、
Beautiful dress.
エドウィーナに近づくペネロペ。
Well, I seem to have grown weary of the colour.
I can understand.
ダイヤモンドである彼女と親しくなり、話のネタを得る計画だったのです。
Rather how one wears it.
しかし、
Pardon me.
彼女が片思いをしているコリンが現れると、すぐに彼の方へと向かいます。
I was not exactly lonely on my travels. I have you to thank. Your letters were so encouraging. So, I cleared my head, swore off women and love, and...
しかし、
I am a woman.
You're my friend.
Your friend.
友人という彼の言葉を聞き、傷ついてしまいます。
She's finally revealed herself.
What?
さらに、
But the letter K's, they are slightly misshapen in the exact same way. Surely it is not likely to be another coincidence.
昨日印刷所を訪れたエロイーズがホイッスルダウンの正体を暴く証拠をつかんだのです。
If the same mistake is in Whistledown's next issue, then we will know that the print shop is indeed hers.
不安になったペネロペはすぐに事態を収集しようとし、
A new letter K for a Stanhope press. Give me the discount to keep me away and we'll both be happier.
Mine's a special rate for repeat customers.
Trust me, friend. I'd exasperate you coming back any more than once.
満足のいく取引を終えた瞬間、ある女性が彼女に気づきます。
Here you are, Your Majesty.
さらに、
And you are certain these are the young ladies our diamond has been conversing with of late?
Yes, Your Majesty.
ホイッスルダウンの正体を暴くため、少しずつ人物を特定していく王妃。
If our theory is correct, then Lady Whistledown will indeed be in this very collection.
こうして数日後、
Perhaps I wear the pink silks at dinner tonight.
エドウィーナとケイトはブリジャートン家から田舎にあるオーブリー屋敷に招待されます。
It is an exceedingly good sign that he has invited us to spend a few days with the family before the rest of the ton arrives for the real party.
胸を躍らせるエドウィーナはアンソニーからのプロポーズを期待し、ときめく心を隠すことができません。
He will be assessing me, I know, considering how I might perform as Viscountess.
And he should not be the only one. You too must consider if Lord Bridgerton is everything you want in a match as well.
ついに到着したオーブリー屋敷。
Lady Mary, oh, so pleased.
Thank you for having us.
You're smiling.
I was smiling at the view, which you are now blocking.
エドウィーナは完璧な姿でブリジャートン家の家族に気に入られようとします。
Thank you so much for inviting us. I very much look forward to spending time with you and your family.
アンソニーもやはり
Mother, I believe there is something I shall be needing now.
この機会を使い彼女にプロポーズをする計画でした。
The Sharmas have barely unpacked their things. You should take the opportunity to get to know one another.
母は息子の早い決断を心配しますが
I believe I made my intentions clear. Miss Edwina will make the perfect Viscountess, to be sure.
アンソニーの気持ちは揺らぎません。
I only hope you are acting with a clear mind.
その頃ダフネは姉妹にペルメルというゲームのルールを説明してあげます。
The first player to send their ball through the last wicket wins. Simple enough. You can use your turn to knock an opponent's ball as far away from their next wicket as you would like.
I believe I should rather enjoy this game.
ゲームが始まり
Last year we promised to let the youngest pick
You
first.
pick based on alphabetical order.
興奮するブリジャートン家の人々を見てエドウィーナは困惑してしまいます。
It is meant to be a game, is it not?
To the field of combat.
一緒にペルメルを楽しむケイト。しかしエドウィーナはなかなか溶け込めないでいます。ついに気分が沈んだエドウィーナはゲームを抜け
I am bested, I see.
You could still retrieve your ball if you wish to stay in the game.
I think I shall cut out.
その場を離れてしまいます。
I shall enjoy some refreshments with our mamas.
しかしゲームは続き
Oh, what a shot, brother!
You two better go fetch them, unless you would like to quit here and now.
Absolutely not.
二人っきりでボールを探しに出たアンソニーとケイト。ところが
Oh, dash it.
ぬかるみにはまったボールを取り出すため
There's nothing for it then.
ケイトはドレスまで汚してしまいます。その時
Help!
Just pull.
I am trying. It is stuck.
結局この状況に笑ってしまいます。これをきっかけに心を開いた2人はしばらくの間争いをやめることにします。
I do not withhold it out of spite, my lord. I simply wish to steer my sister to the greatest possible happiness.
Then let us put our past acrimony behind us and allow me to prove I can offer your sister all the happiness and security you seek. Could you do me that favor?
Truth or not, I shall never surrender to you on the sporting field.
ところがこわばった表情でその場を離れるアンソニー。
Lord Bridgerton, do you not wish to
The
retrieve
game
your
is
ball?
over.
戸惑うケイトが見たのはブリジャートン家の先代の子爵アンソニーの父親のお墓でした。10年前のオーブリー屋敷。アンソニーは誰よりも父を尊敬していました。
Nothing ever rattles you, does it?
You do know that you cannot show someone your best without allowing them to see your worst.
愛妻家の父は常に妻のことを思っていました。
Well, speaking of which, she would adore those.
Daphne will be jealous if we return with nothing for her.
ところが蜂に刺されてしまった父はそのまま倒れてしまいます。
Someone, please! Help!
You must breathe.
そしてあっけなく命を落としてしまったのです。
Do not leave.
The other children, they cannot see me.
大きなショックを受けた状態でこの事態を収拾しなければならなかったアンソニー。
Anthony! Go!
彼はこうして若くして当主になったのです。
My lord, might we begin with the arrangements? There is also the business of the letters.
The letters?
To give notice of the death. The minister will need to be called, and the casket, of course. One will need to be both.
しかし若きアンソニーに押し寄せる出来事はあまりにも荷が重く、
You must come in.
Me?
It is imperative.
He cannot do this.
The baby is not in position.
It is no matter to him.
Conversation for his lordship.
His lordship is a child.
Mother, please, lie down. Still your mind.
You kill the baby. You save the mother. You cut the mother. You save the child.
母親も夫を失った苦痛が大きかったのです。
It is not your choice to make, it is mine.
It is his lordship's choice.
Edmund is his lordship. Edmund should be here.
Do what she wants.
Your lordship.
Whatever she chooses.
アンソニーが一人努力をしている中でも、
Mother.
母は夫を失った悲しみから抜け出せませんでした。
Perhaps you could join us for family dinner.
Edmund was the air that I breathed, and now there is no air. So, do not ask me about family dinner.
その時の辛い記憶はアンソニーの心を凍りつかせました。
But then after your father died, a wall went up inside you, as if love had become some weakness.
熱烈な愛を拒否し、条件に合う女性を探しているのもそのためでした。
You were barely even there after he died. I could never be the cause of such pain, no matter how cruel and hard-hearted everyone else may find me to be.
しかし、ダフネはそんな兄のことを疑い、
Has this young lady truly won your heart?
You met her? What exactly are your objections?
Well, I suppose I do not have any.
You met her family. She is delightful and pleasant and interesting.
If you say she is the one in whose presence you cannot properly think, or even the one that makes it impossible for you to look away from them at any given moment.
アンソニーも心の片隅に不安な気持ちがありました。
I could not have described it better myself.
その日の夜、
Are you enjoying your time here, Miss Edwina? I am, very much.
シャルマ姉妹を歓迎する晩餐会が開かれます。
It's not quite so peaceful with my entire family in residence.
ところが何回も目が合うケイトとアンソニー。
It was a revelation, really, made all the better by the knowledge that I may have been the only Brit.
その瞬間、
It is time for a toast.
ダンベリーの圧迫が始まります。
Or to tend to other pressing matters.
出会って間もない段階でのプロポーズが受け入れがたいケイトは急いで席を離れようとしますが、
I believe my sister and I have grown rather weary.
A toast. Yes.
決心したかのように乾杯の挨拶を始めるアンソニー。
It has been splendid having you here to witness what is now my second annual loss at Pall Mall, and my special gratitude to Miss Edwina. In fact, I believe there is a question I would like to ask you.
場の雰囲気も和やかになり、エドウィーナはプロポーズされるに違いないと確信します。
I should like to,
ところが、
I should like to ask you to please refrain from telling anyone back in London about yesterday's loss.
突然ペルメルの話をしだすアンソニー。
To the pleasant days ahead.
Pleasant days.
Pleasant days ahead.
全員が困惑する中、エドウィーナは大きく失望します。その頃、ロンドン。
I suppose I should be glad that he's not already out courting his future bride.
フェザリントン夫人はジャックの結婚問題で機嫌が良くない様子です。
You need to find is someone malleable, someone stupid enough not to know any better, and certainly not to know how to take on and manage a household.
思い通りに扱いやすく言いなりになる女性を連れてくれば主導権を奪われることはない状況。ところが、
I want to move into Philippa's room. Why she always got the bigger one has never been fair.
適任者が現れました。
We were just saying what an eligible match Lord Featherington would make.
For whom?
You.
But he's our cousin.
Oh, Penelope.
フェザリントン夫人は長女である自分の娘をジャックと結ばせることにします。
You never you mind. Off to the modiste indeed.
すぐに仕立て屋へと向かう彼女たち。
Lower.
Madam, I must protest.
I don't
The
pay
line
you
of
to
the
protest.
dresses.
I pay you to fashion the dresses as I see fit.
ドレスに夢中になっている2人とは違い、ペネロペは落ち着かない様子です。
I quite liked your design.
Merci beaucoup, Miss Penelope.
その理由は仕立て屋の女主人デラクロワのせいでした。
The other day I ripped my bodice, and I had to borrow a dress from my maid to return home. I believe you might have seen me.
路地でペネロペを発見したあの女性でした。
It is rather far from the fashionable side, is it not? Are you often in that part of town?
Because I happen to believe a lady's business is her own.
Most certainly would.
実はデラクロワも厳しい状況に置かれていました。
I hear there's a new modiste across the street, just arrived from Vienna.
新しく来た仕立て屋に客を取られてしまったためです。
The silks you ordered, Mom?
I only hope I'm of use for them.
これにいち早く気づいたペネロペは新顔の仕立て屋の評価を下げ、
For how else might one explain the tawdry, dare I say vulgar gown sported lately by Miss Cressida Cowper? Whereas Madame Delacroix might be old, but at least she is capable.
デラクロワの機嫌を取るのに成功します。
Miss Penelope.
その後、仕立て屋にやってきたペネロペ。
I have no interest in revealing your identity.
Hide your client's secrets with a well-draped piece of fabric or a cleverly embellished rosette.
彼女はデラクロワにお互い協力し合いたいと話します。
Just as I too hide behind my pen. I have proved to you how I can help you in your business. Now I'd like you to help me with mine. I believe I can trust you, Madame Delacroix.
一方、オーブリー屋敷では、
What if I have missed my chance?
Edwina,
ケイトは失望した妹を慰めますが、
you must know you did nothing wrong.
I must have done something.
エドウィーナは自分を責めます。
You've bungled this entire affair.
I knew he would only end up hurting you. Come here.
悲しむ妹を見て胸が張り裂けそうになるケイト。
There is nary a gentleman back in London who does not wish for your hand. All will be well despite this disappointment with the Viscount, I assure you.
翌朝、ケイトに会ったアンソニーは、
My lord?
Miss Sharma, I did not mean to disappoint her last night, and I did not declare myself.
とんでもない言い訳をし始めます。
Last night was a lark at best. My brothers were up to no good, and my feelings would not allow me to speak.
これにケイトは怒りを抑えることができません。
Is toying with the emotions of an impressionable young lady. I can assure you, happiness is not your strength.
まさにその時、
Do not tell me
stand still, damn
what
it!
to do!
飛んできた蜂が
No, do not do
This is only a beat. Ow!
ケイトを刺してしまいます。
Can you breathe?
It is only a sting, of course.
Are you certain?
パニックになったアンソニー。ケイトはそんな彼を落ち着かせるため、アンソニーの手を自分の胸に当てさせます。
It was just...
二人の間に妙な空気が流れ、驚き離れる二人。結局逃げるかのようにその場を離れますが、何とも言えない感情を感じ困惑します。その頃、眩しい日差しが降り注ぐオーブリー屋敷では、
This, of course, is the week of Lady Bridgerton's annual Hearts and Flowers Ball.
ブリジャートン夫人とダフネが招待客を迎えるための準備に追われています。
Miss Partridge requires large amounts of sugar for her morning
舞
tea.
踏会でアンソニーが求婚をするかもしれないからです。
You may wish to add in lilac, symbolic of first love. There is truly to be a proposal before the week is out. Anthony will need all the help he can get.
I have taught you well.
同じ頃、
Didi, is it the sting? What? Is it still bothering you?
ケイトはアンソニーとの出来事が頭から離れません。
Are you still feeling upset by the Viscount's lack of action? We return to Mayfair in a few days, where there will be many other suitors.
ケイトは求婚されない妹を慰めますが、
He is the one I want, Kate.
エドウィーナはカッとなります。
I am now quite certain I know why he has not yet made his declaration.
挙句の果て、
You hate one another.
ケイトを恨み始めるエドウィーナ。
What I need is your help getting him to fall in love with you.
エドウィーナは自分のためにもアンソニーと和解をするよう圧迫します。
I will not give up.
その日の午後、
It's hotter than a pepper patch out here in the country.
人でいっぱいのオーブリー屋敷。
Welcome. Lovely to see you again. Thank you.
慌ただしい中でも2人は和やかな時間を過ごしています。
Kate!
その時、
Come sit with us.
同席するよう促すエドウィーナ。
Miss Sharma.
Lord Bridgerton?
2人の間の出来事を知っているはずもないエドウィーナは、
Did you tell the Viscount about your bee sting?
Ah,
I am well.
姉とアンソニーの距離を縮めるため時間を作ってあげようとします。
Kate was telling me how she is eager to see more of the grounds of this magnificent...
アンソニーはこれを断りますが、
shooting, in fact, with the other gentlemen. The party is to leave quite soon, I'm afraid.
Kate, tell him I used to shoot all the time.
Miss Edwina.
ところが、
Do you not think it true?
彼女のことを甘く見るアンソニーの態度がケイトを刺激します。
Ladies do not hunt.
Do not or are not allowed.
Oh, what fun you will all have.
Surely we can make an exception, just this one time.
こうして一緒に狩りに出る2人。
If this goes wrong, it will be your fault.
Perhaps this is the perfect opportunity to win her over.
しかし、気まずい雰囲気の2人。
When did you know?
さらにのんきな男性たちにもどかしさを感じるケイト。
Seems our stag may be eluding us. The elusiveness is part of the fun.
The men out enjoying the sunshine, the sign of a great hunt, instead of blindly following the guide.
You're still convinced we've lost our prey?
What I would prefer is to be allowed to follow my own instincts on this hunt.
結局一人で違うところへ行ってしまいます。
Miss Sharma!
その頃、
Oh, Pen! Oh, you are finally here.
ペネロペが明るい表情で現れます。仕立て屋のデラクロワが彼女の代わりにホイッスルダウンの原稿を印刷所へ伝達し始めたおかげでした。もう正体がバレるはずがないと考えるペネロペ。
Is there not another pamphlet on women's rights to read somewhere around here?
ところが、
I thought you'd realize he was not connected to Lady Whistledown.
彼女は衝撃的な事実を知ります。
I don't think you're getting into dangerous waters, Elle, that side of town.
I have tried to dissuade her from it.
Letters now. It is a rather radical publication, which is why I seem to like it so much.
なんとエロイーズが依然として印刷所に出入りしていたのです。
The apprentice there, Mr. Theo Sharp.
You know his name.
ペネロペの苦難は簡単に終わりません。
Perhaps you can convince her while I'm gone today.
一方、
Miss Sharma!
やっとのことでケイトを見つけたアンソニーは
The other morning.
When I was stung.
一日中避けていたあの日の話を持ち出します。
After which you put my hand to your bosom.
To show you I was unharmed, you were overcome.
そして
Well, it will signify little if you mean to hold your gun in that way.
I know how to hold a gun.
Evidently not a British one.
二人の間に再び妙な空気が流れます。しかし
There the two of you are.
今回も邪魔者が現れます。
Before the rain ends our pursuit.
その日の夜、書斎で時間を送っていたケイト。
I did not mean to startle you.
彼女の前に再びアンソニーが現れます。
This is my father's library. These books were some of his most treasured possessions.
普段と違い、どこか悲しそうに見えるアンソニー。
How did he die?
He was stung by a bee. To see a great man felled by such a small creature, it was humbling, to say the least.
彼の辛い過去を聞いたケイトは複雑な感情になります。再び距離が近くなる二人。
Oh, this is not.
It's all right. It's
No.
all right.
我に返ったケイトは急いでその場を離れます。
I shall bid you good night.
次の日の夜、予定通り開かれた舞踏会でアンソニーはエドウィーナをダンスに誘います。
Miss Edwina, might I have your first dance?
Certainly, my lord.
親しそうに見える二人を見ながら気持ちが落ち着かないケイト。
Yesterday's hunt. It went well, I take it.
Oh, yes.
姉の元に戻ってきたエドウィーナは興奮している様子です。
I am certain he would not have asked me for two if he did not have intentions for the evening.
ところが、
She wishes to take to the floor.
Well, I am certain that...
With you.
アンソニーと踊るようにと頼むエドウィーナ。
Miss Sharma, may I have this dance?
そして、
You may, my lord.
二人は再び向かい合うことになります。踊っている間、ずっと見つめ合う二人。何も知らないエドウィーナとは違い、二人の間に流れる妙な空気を感じ取った人もいました。
Do you have something you wish to ask me, my lord, regarding my sister?
ついに、
I want my sister to be happy.
ケイトが先に口を開きます。
If I were to ask for a hand, would you give me your permission?
Can you make her happy? If your silence is an indication you are reconsidering your declaration,
Is
my
that what
lord,
you want? For me to reconsider?
it does not matter what I want.
I do not think that is true.
張り詰めた空気の中で劇場的な感情に包まれる二人。
I'm to return to India.
ところが、
The moment my sister marries.
アンソニーは衝撃を受けます。
It was the plan all along.
なんとケイトは前から妹が結婚したら帰国する考えだったのです。
You will abandon her?
Far from it, my lord. She will be married. She will not need me. There will be no more reason for me to stay.
そんなことも知らなかったアンソニーは大きく動揺し去ってしまいます。
I shall find him. Give me a moment.
彼の後を追ってきたケイト。
Why are you so distressed?
アンソニーは冷静になることができず、
It seems to me you will find any excuse you can to keep me away from your sister. Have I done something to you?
ケイトを追い詰めます。
You simply do not like me.
Of course I do not like
Then
you.
tell me why. Why is it that you dislike me so?
Because
我慢の限界だったケイトも抑えてきた感情を吐き出します。
you vex me.
You hate me.
I do. I hate you.
口では憎しみを感じていると言いますが、熱い眼差しを交わす二人。
What are you?
Tell me you feel nothing, and I will walk away.
お互いに対する欲望が熱く燃え上がった瞬間、この様子をダフネに見られてしまいます。
It's not what you think.
trying very much not to think about it at all.
当時貴族たちの間にはある規則がありました。未婚の男女が二人きりでいるところを見られた場合、
I assure you nothing untoward has occurred. I was to meet with Lord Fife.
名誉が傷つかないよう必ず結婚しなければならなかったのです。
What?
As a man of honor.
He is hers in honor, should she wish it.
Oh, I would be delighted to marry you, Cousin Jack.
まさにこの二人のようにです。フェザリントン夫人は
Cousin Jack has not looked twice at me all evening.
ジャックと自分の娘を結ばせるためにこの規則を利用したのでした。
Why do you not take a walk to the orangery?
Perhaps I shall purloin an orange?
But Lord Featherington, I believe Lord Fife is looking for you in the orangery.
二人を温室へと誘導したフェザリントン夫人。
Lord Featherington, what are you doing in a room with my unchaperoned daughter? It is a scandal!
そして作戦通りジャックを追い詰め始めました。
I saw you remove your arm from my Prudence's waist as I walked in.
Oh, I would be delighted to marry you, Cousin Jack.
ところが
You cannot just come in here.
Why? Because it isn't proper for a lady and gentleman to be alone together.
衝撃的なことが明らかになります。
The only empathy thing I have are those mines, Portia. They're an utter failure.
ルビー鉱山の所有者として知られていたジャックは実は鉱山開発に失敗し何も持っていなかったのです。
You paid Philippa's dowry.
I held off the Finches with a promise of payment and a counterfeit ruby necklace. I shall indeed marry Prudence, but you should know she's marrying a penniless man.
ジャックは莫大な持参金をもらうために裕福な家庭の娘であるクレシダとの結婚を狙ったのでした。
The only way for me to provide for all of us is someone like
Miss Cressida Cowper.
しかし貴族の名誉がかかった規則のため
While Prudence Featherington seems to have secured her match,
今さら結婚をなかったことにするわけにもいきません。
Daphne.
You are courting her
And I have
sister.
every intention of bringing it to a point.
この規則はブリジャートン家も避けては通れない道です。
Until you caught me in the garden with Simon at the Trowbridge ball under very similar circumstances.
Only there is one significant difference. Nothing, in fact, happened.
アンソニーは何もなかったと主張しますが
Is that what I just witnessed? It is clear that you have affection for Miss
ダフネは兄を責めながら
There is obviously something between you. Because one way or another, these kind of feelings always have a way of coming to the surface.
ケイトを愛しているということを認めるよう話します。
Then I know what I must do.
その日の夜
Lady Danbury.
どんどん重なっていく秘密に
Have you yet told your sister about the inheritance scheme?
I have not.
気持ちが重くなるケイト。
Lady Danbury, I fear there may be no proposal from the Viscount.
Because you two cannot get along.
Yes.
祖父母の財産の話もアンソニーとの出来事も妹に話すことはできません。
I do not know what to do.
There is only one thing to do.
彼女の置かれている状況に気づいたダンベリーは彼女に正直になるようにと助言をします。
You must tell her how you feel. Careful, or you shall catch a chill.
翌朝
I'm sorry things did not go as planned, Bon.
元気のない妹を見つめていたケイト。
Viscount's feelings are clearly not there for me. Perhaps they are elsewhere.
Edwina?
ついに妹に本当のことを打ち明けようとします。
There's something I must tell you.
Wait.
ところが急いだ様子でやってきたアンソニー。
My lord?
Miss Edwina Sharma, will you marry me?
エドウィーナにプロポーズをします。
Yes, yes. I shall be your Viscountess. I shall marry you.
結局ケイトは真実を話す機会を逃してしまいます。エドウィーナの婚約後
Miss Sharma.
ケイトは混乱し続けている様子です。妹の婚約者でもあり、自分の心を揺さぶる男、アンソニーと顔を合わせ続けなければいけないからです。
Now, tell me of your wedding plan.
そして、
A modest family affair would be most fitting.
2人の結婚式の話が進んでいきます。
In fact, I shall host the nuptials myself.
王妃が2人の結婚を誰よりも喜んでいるためです。
She is my diamond, after all. It is only right that I give you both a wedding worthy of that title. Besides, one could almost credit me myself with bringing about this most illustrious marriage. Nothing less
for a true love match.
一方、
I do wonder about the trim. Is it too much?
結婚準備のことで余念がないエドウィーナ。
Did I tell you we will be married by the Archbishop himself?
彼女はケイトのおかげでプロポーズを受けられたと思い、
Whatever you said to the Viscount at Aubrey Hall, Didi, it clearly swayed him to declare himself.
姉に感謝します。
We must find you a dress too.
Oh, I have plenty of dresses.
This one must be special.
幸せな未来を夢見るエドウィーナとは違い、
Think of us all together as a family.
気持ちが落ち着かないケイト。
And when the Viscount and I are blessed with children, you shall be their favorite aunt.
ところが、
Thank you, Clara. That will be all. Lord Bridgerton?
母と妹の外出中にアンソニーが訪ねてきます。
My apologies, but my sister and my mother have not yet returned home.
Of course. Then we shall trouble you no further.
アンソニーは急いで帰ろうとしますが、
Is that cake?
It is indeed.
Lemon?
Pardon?
I fancy a good lemon.
察しの悪い宝石職人が問題でした。
Tea, 3 spoons of sugar, and perhaps some sandwiches too, thank you.
彼はケイトの指で、
I say, Miss Sharma, do you and your sister happen to share gloves?
エドウィーナの婚約指輪のサイズを測ろうとします。
We may use your finger to size the ring.
Oh, I beg your pardon.
That shan't be necessary.
Nonsense.
再び感情が燃え上がる二人。
It is a beautiful piece.
It is the ring my father gave to my mother before they were wed.
その時、
Lord Bridgerton?
They came to alter the ring.
エドウィーナが帰ってきます。ところが、
Just,
指輪がなかなか外れません。
Kate, are you?
Yes, almost.
不快な気持ちを隠せないエドウィーナ。
Well, Edwina is here now.
Yes.
Just another. There. All yours.
その時、
Lord and Lady Sheffield sent word they are in London.
エドウィーナの祖父母であるシェフィールド夫妻がロンドンに来たという知らせを伝えます。
Indeed, it seems they read the engagement announcement and wish to make your acquaintance and,
ランベリーは、
I shall invite them to the engagement dinner tomorrow.
彼らを夕食会に招待します。しかし、
Lady Danbury, would you be so kind as to chaperone my daughter?
ケイトはなぜ彼らを招待するのか理解できませんでした。
How could you invite the Sheffields to dinner?
Besides, is this not the reconciliation you wished for?
Yes, but not until after the wedding. Edwina is still in the dark about the conditions of their favor.
下手をすれば財産相続のことがバレ、誤解を招くかもしれないからです。
And if the Bridgertons were to learn of it, they might feel
as if you contrived a match for your own concealed ends and might call off the wedding. A very great scandal would prevent this marriage from proceeding now. Only a fool would jeopardize the marriage now. Are you that fool?
その時、
Lady Danbury.
ケイトに近づくドーセット。
You are still angry with me over that business at the races.
アンソニーの友人である彼は、競馬場での出来事を謝り、
I wish to apologize and throw myself at your mercy.
彼女をデートに誘います。
Miss Sharma, perhaps you would be so kind as to accompany me on a turn around the lake.
そして見せつけるようにデートに応じるケイト。
Very well, my lord. A turn would be most pleasant.
What a handsome couple they make.
アンソニーは嫉妬します。
That not so, Anthony?
Absolutely.
ついに、
That knot will never hold.
It is perfectly adequate.
Then I must question your nautical skills, Dorset.
ドーセットに文句までつけるアンソニー。
Miss Sharma.
Lord Bridgerton.
彼はケイトをエスコートしようとし、滑稽な姿を見せてしまいます。
Come now, it is not proper to stare.
一方、
is still awaiting payment, as is apparently the Coleman.
ザックの結婚計画が失敗に終わってから、フェザリントン家の家政はさらに傾いていきます。
Our financial predicament is entirely your doing, Lady Featherington.
Blame me for taking you at your word when you spoke of your great fortune in rubies.
If you would simply call off the wedding and allow me to set my cap at Miss Cowper again.
No, you must continue in this engagement. I will think of something.
厳しい生活の中、嫁入り道具まで準備しなければいけないためです。
Put those silks down. Cotton will do for your trousseau.
しかし、
Lord Featherington, Mr. Brooks here is just taking a look at some jewelry for me.
フェザリントン夫人はある行動に出ます。
I was only planning to have the jewels cleaned, but tell me, what might a necklace such as that fetch?
It is rare to see stones this fine, so you should take very great care indeed.
彼女はザックの偽造品を売り、
I shall be in communication with you should I require anything further.
生活費を得ようとします。
Need I remind you those stones were as counterfeit as a £2 note?
Quality counterfeits
I do hope you know what you're playing at.
Well, there is no need to dismiss any staff after all, Mrs. Varley.
挙句の果てに
Not a single invitation since arriving back from the country. Oh, they certainly liked us well enough when they thought you a plum cat. But now that you're spoken for, we're outcasts again.
偽ルビー鉱山を口実に投資金を集めようとするのです。
Take it.
The mines are worthless. There are no rubies to be found.
The future of this family hangs in the balance, my lord.
You're serious?
Prudence shall indeed have a fine wedding, and I shall never have to suffer the disdain of the ton again.
その頃、
And of course you must be our guests at the Sheffield Manor.
ダンベリー家では盛大な夕食会が開かれます。
Imagine the Queen herself overseeing my granddaughter's nuptials.
和気あいあいとした雰囲気の中、
Her Majesty is kind to be so forgiving. After everything that has happened, would have fallen to her knees in gratitude that her parents were showing such care.
No, we're all family here.
No, yes, of course we are.
姉妹の母親を非難し始めるシェフィールド夫妻。
And all for what? A mere clerk, was he? Show our faces in society for years. She simply sailed away from all of us with that man, robbing us of our grandchild.
I have two daughters with whom you have had every opportunity to form a connection. I was heartbroken indeed. But in time I came to see that in your cruelty, you did us all a great service.
ついに
You speak of scorning riches, and yet you have come crawling back to snatch at our fortunes.
財産についての話まで暴露してしまいます。
Didi? What are they talking about?
The trust fund we have set up for her, the condition of which clearly states that she must marry a man of good English breeding to inherit.
今さら釈明をするには
I shall explain everything.
I see this one has inherited your penchant for avoiding the truth.
手遅れな状況。
I can only think that you have been exiled from good society because of your deficient manners rather. Them for any other sin. Lady Mary has done admirably in raising her daughters.
アンソニーはシャルマ姉妹をかばい、シェフィールド夫妻を追い出します。
Since the moment you arrived, you have failed to show the proper respect for the Sharma family, and I will not stand for it. You may leave at once.
You cannot be serious.
And do not trouble yourself waiting for an invitation for the wedding.
You think you shall inherit a single sovereign now? You are sorely mistaken.
しかし、
You must know Edwina is innocent in all of this. She had no idea.
アンソニーは持参金を問題視し、
I take it there is to be no dowry, now that the Sheffields have withdrawn their support.
You care about a dowry?
エドウィーナとの婚約を破棄すると話します。
But clearly, both Miss Edwina and I have been misled to call off this doomed engagement before it is the cause of any more strife.
And do not talk to me, dowry, sir, for we both know you have no need of it. Why?
もちろん、
You are the bane of my existence.
本当の理由は他にありました。
Night and day, I dream of you, and the object of all my desires.
それはまさにケイトへの思いでした。
Do you even know all the ways a lady can be seduced?
Did not ask for this.
際どい関係にまで達した二人。しかし一線を越えるわけにはいきません。
I must go.
翌朝、落ち着かない気持ちをなだめていたケイトの前に
Shama, I see you continue here with your morning ride.
再びアンソニーが現れます。
I could not sleep.
Have you decided what you will do?
一晩中悩んだ末、彼は
And see my way to ending things. It is the only way to ensure that the two of us can be rid of this impossible situation.
姉妹との縁を切ることに決めたようです。
Once the engagement is over, our paths need never cross again.
しかし、
You cannot. You cannot do that.
Shama,
You cannot break my sister's heart.
ケイトの立場は違います。
She has loved me as well as any sister could, and I could not live with myself if I robbed her of her happiness and the future she deserves.
彼女は絶対に妹に不幸になってほしくはありませんでした。
It will become tenable, it will become bearable, and soon enough it will be as if we never felt it at all.
自分の感情を否定するケイト。
You must keep your word. You must marry my sister. You must marry her as soon as you can.
これにアンソニーは
I shall see that the wedding shall take place as soon as possible.
結局ケイトの意思に従うことにします。こうしてやっとのことで
Does it fly? Some, Your Majesty.
運命の日がやってきました。かつてない華やかな結婚式に
Daphne's wedding was not nearly as extraordinary. She married a duke.
大勢の人が驚きを隠せない様子です。
Perhaps the Queen requires our attention in new ways. The weight of the crown is quite heavy. Perhaps she seeks to prove herself still significant and equal to the task.
Is that not the plight of all mankind?
王妃がこの結婚式に
Under the scrutiny of all those attentive eyes, keeping close watch indeed.
こんなにも力を入れたのには理由がありました。
The fireworks are ready, Your Majesty. Our guests must be captivated.
彼女の名誉とレディーホイッスルダウン。
Every young lady that remains under suspicion of being Lady Whistledown will have a footman assigned to her today, watching her every move.
この2つを手に取るためでした。
No one has sharper eyes on the Tom than I do.
一方、神父待機室。
You look so beautiful, my darling.
この日の主人公であるエドウィーナはとても幸せそうな表情です。
Let us give the Ton a wedding to remember.
しかし、
Sister, you're late.
I find Miss Edwina to be quite lovely and deserving of the truth, which we must not deny her.
新郎側の雰囲気は違います。
Miss Edwina will be ruined if we do not marry, and our family will suffer equal scandal. I've gone too far down this road to turn back now, Daphne.
愛のない結婚に喜びなどありません。
I've never wished to succumb to the blind delight of being in love. I cannot so indulge myself, and you will never understand because you were born to marry into another family while I was born to carry on the Bridgerton name. That is what outweighs anything else.
複雑な事情はさておき、ついに始まった結婚式。
Miss Edwina, you look lovely.
We are gathered together here in the sight of God and in the face of this
美しい花嫁が目の前にいるにもかかわらず、
and wantonly to satisfy men's
アンソニーの視線はしきりに他へと移ります。彼が夢見た結婚式はこのような姿だったのかもしれません。しかし、
My lord,
Archbishop would like you to repeat, my lord, after him.
これが現実です。ところが、2人の熱い眼差しに気づいたエドウィーナ。
might I continue?
My apologies.
My apologies.
ショックを受けたエドウィーナは結婚式場を抜け出してしまいます。 怒りと裏切りに理性を失ったエドウィーナは
Suddenly your words fail you, sister.
Edwina, Kate, I am not sure what is going on.
I should tell you what is going on, Mama.
ケイトを強く問い詰めます。
All this time, you wanted him for yourself.
No, that is not true.
Oh, you cannot deny it now, Kate. You told me we had put all secrets to rest, but no. Do you love him?
What?
Do you love him?
Edwina,
言葉を失ったケイトは逃げるように去ってしまいます。一方、
A failed wedding with their queen presiding. My once immaculate taste, now questioned.
怒った王妃は
Brimsley, escort the guests to the gardens and do not allow anyone to leave.
客人たちを帰らせないようにし、
It is not your fault, Your Majesty.
Lady Whistledown will make it so.
何があっても状況を収集しろと命令します。
We'll find ourselves in a situation that cannot be salvaged. It would be
Well,
wise.
it must be. The nuptials shall resume shortly, and we shall proceed with our plans.
そしてこのような状況に喜ぶ人もいました。
Rather fortuitous turn of events, my lord. Nothing makes the town come alive like a fresh scandal.
All eyes and ears seem to be open for the freshest detail.
ジャックとフェザリントン夫人は
Prudence, you wish to insult Lord Featherington by not showing off this beautiful necklace.
偽物のルビーの首飾りを利用して貴族たちから大金を奪い取る計画を立てました。
Have you yet come to any agreements?
Almost.
結婚式がもう一度始まる前に
You must know time is of the essence, my lord.
できるだけ多くの人々に誘いかけなければいけませんでした。
I think it best we concentrate our attentions on members of the ton who are not particularly beloved and whose regard matters little.
ところが
I would never dare think you had affections for another. It would make me far too jealous, my
フェ
lady.
ザリントン夫人を見つめるジャックの表情が普通ではありません。
I see you for the capable woman you are. That is why this is such a promising partnership.
躊躇なく計略を巡らすフェザリントン夫人に惚れてしまったようです。
My cousin was a fool about many things. None greater in leaving this world knowing he had a brilliant wife still in it.
We must,
同じ頃、
Lord Bridgerton?
エドウィーナを見つけたアンソニーは最善を尽くして彼女を説得しようとします。
Tell me you did not come here to offer me more lies, or...
I'm intent upon this marriage.
Yet I still wonder whether it is the marriage or me that you truly want.
その瞬間でさえアンソニーは
Our places. I as the Viscount, you as the Diamond. Neither by our own choice.
役割と義務についてだけ話します。
It was clear to me then, as it is now, that what we share is greater than all else.
アンソニーは彼女のことを愛しているわけではないからです。
It is why I was not swayed by the insults of the Sheffields or your lack of a dowry.
Because you love me.
I understand you.
ついに彼の本心を知ったエドウィーナ。
I know the scandal that would ensue should the two of us fail to see this through now. I require a moment to think of my future indeed.
一方、
You cannot be here.
Nishama.
This is my place of refuge.
このような状況の中でも2人はお互いに対する感情を抑えることができません。
You should not be here.
Just... Wait.
その頃、
Our chat for Lady Whistledown has indeed produced a result.
王妃はついに彼女の宿敵であるレディ・ホイッスルダウンについての手がかりをつかみました。ペネロペはこの先、王妃からの追撃を無事に避けることができるのでしょうか。そしてアンソニーとケイトは一体どのような選択をするのでしょうか。ネットフリックスオリジナルシリーズ「ブリジャートン家シーズン2」はお互いに嫌悪感を抱いている関係から始まるロマンス作品です。ジュリア・クイーンの小説を原作としたこの作品は88カ国でネットフリックストップ10にランクインするほど全世界から大きな好評を得ました。しかしシーズン1と比べるとがっかりしたという評価も少なくはありませんでした。劇場的な男女の愛を描いた前作とは異なり、お互いの役割を理由に自分の気持ちに正直にならない主人公の姿が視聴者をもどかしくさせたようです。しかし体の関係がなくてもお互いを刺激する2人の主人公の姿に熱狂する視聴者も多かったといいます。毎シーズンごとに旋風を巻き起こすブリジャートン家シリーズ、すでにシーズン4まで制作が確定したそうです。気になる方はぜひご覧になってみてください。以上、ブリジャートン家シーズン2でした。